Friends, it's Nancy, and we are back to do another 3 in 30 minutes. So today is I, which is index card, which I have a few of. Let's get started. And I only have 30 minutes because I just put dinner in the Instant Pot. So let's bring up the 30-minute timer. All right, let's get started. Okay, the first thing I want to do is I have these index cards, and I'm going to grab a piece of old dictionary page. So this is R, so I'm going to pick the R. So this little craft was sort of inspired by Natasha at Treasure Books, sort of along the lines of her altered playing cards that she recently did. I'm just going to ink this up a bit just to make it look a little more grungy. There, that looks good and dirty, right? Okay, using my, I'm going to cut, or not cut, but I'm going to tear this in half. So using my glue stick, I'm just going to put some glue in places like that, and put that on. Whoops. Same deal here. This side has pictures. And that's okay that that's torn because a lot of it's going to get torn off. So I'm going to put that to the side and we're going to work on something else. Okay, so I have these bigger index cards that I tea stain. These are, I think they're 5x8. They are 5x8 and they are tea stained. So what I want to do is I'm going to make a little booklet out of this. But first, I want to put some napkin on the outside. So I have got a napkin here, and I've cut it down so I didn't waste any. I'm going to remove the inner layers. Garbage can was way over there. Okay. So, instead of decoupage with PVA glue or with Mod Podge, I'm just using my glue stick. Okay. And in this particular case, instead of putting it that side up, I'm going to put this side down. sorry, I picked it up because the card was really rounded, and I didn't want to, because I just cut it with like a 1/4 of an inch extra. I'm going to use my scissors to cut off the excess. Ugh. Might have been better to wait till it was dry, but we only have 30 minutes, folks. Okay. So I'll save that bit because that's nice. I could do the front of a journal with it, or another little booklet with that. Fold it in half. I'll just gently do that. Don't want to get rammy and rip up the paper. Okay. All right. So I'm going to want to put pages in there. And I have some coffee dye. I think this is typing paper, maybe? And not coffee dyed, but tea dyed. I'm going to want to cut a little off. So I'm going to cut this end where it's folded off. I'm going to cut off this a little more from where the open end is. I think I'm going to stitch around the perimeter first, and then I'm going to sew in these pages. So I did go to see Jojo Rabbit last night with my son, and it was really good. It's not being widely released, but if you live in an area that's, you know, pretty urban, I strongly encourage you to go see it. It was really good. And usually those artsy kind of movies, you gotta think a lot, and no. Like it was a tough subject, and yes, there was lots to think about, but a lot of laughing. In fact, my son was the loudest laugher in the joint. I think sometimes the people were laughing at him laughing because he was just so enjoying himself. And the kid who plays JoJo, and my son's friend, Brennan, he says, no kid has a right to be that talented. He was extraordinary. I don't know who played the part of Captain K, but he was really good too. I liked him. Yeah, you should definitely go see it if you haven't. Okay, so I went around front and back. Oh, let's get it some ink before we get any further carried away. Got my power cord hanging again. I shouldn't do that. Because I inadvertently knock it and then it sends the whole camera flying. So I like this. You can see the tea stains coming through. But I like grungy, but not super dirty grungy, if that makes any sense at all. Just slightly dirty. Mildly dirty. Okay. Just gonna pull these through. Then I can tie a knot. Right over left, and left over right. Hey computer, don't do that. I have to watch you. If you like hanging threads, by all means, let your threads hang. I'm not sure how this pepper steak I've got in the Instant Pot's gonna work out. I didn't have a recipe. I had 2 peppers that were in the fridge that were starting to get a little wrinkly, so they needed to be used up. I hate to waste produce, especially this time of the year. So I just kind of threw a bunch of stuff in, and we'll just see how it comes out. Okay, grab a couple of paper clips. Okay, so I want this to get right in there. And I could either stitch this by hand using a pamphlet stitch, but I'm going to use my machine. I'm just going to lengthen that stitch and I'm just going to follow the fold with my needle. Whoop, paper clip's caught. Okay. so that is a little booklet. If we have time, we'll come back and we will embellish the front. Okay. So that's what it looks like right now, and if we have time, we'll come back and embellish it. I've got some ideas for that. Okay, next up, okay, we're gonna make a little pocket with a window. Now, the picture I'm going to put in here is horizontal landscape. So I have to sort of get that. Let me grab some washi tape. I could measure it, but that's good enough for me. These are just pink index cards. They come in all kinds of colors. I got my die cutter thingamajoober here. Okay. Now, even though this is washi tape, I gotta be very careful because sometimes it can peel up the paper. Yeah, see how it peeled that paper up there? That's okay on the inside. That's not how I want it on the outside. A little bit, but I'm going to be embellishing anyway. Oh shoot, that's not how I wanted to do it at all. Let's do it again. It's not a Nancy video without a mistake. Okay, I wanted to cover this with lace first. Ugh. Look at that. Okay. I have a piece of white flat lace here. Okay. Trim off the excess. We'll give it a better trim later. Ew, got more glue. Okay. I think that's more or less centered. Could be more, could be less. Come on, you, stay. Okay, I'm just gonna bend over and do this. No, I'm gonna bring it back up on the table. Run it through again. It didn't completely cut. This better work. I'm going to be leaked. Looks like I'm gonna have to do a little bit of cutting with scissors. So the paper is good and cut. The lace is not. Getting quiet because I'm trying to think. Okay. Now, I'm just going to trim this lace. And then I'm going to make the window out of acetate. Now, I didn't think I had any acetate. I was looking through my drawers and I found that I had overhead transparencies. So, that is ideal. Sticky. Okay. Now, transparency. Just going to use some Scotch tape to hold this down. And here's the picture I want to use. Come on. Okay. Nancy, crack me up. It's hanging over a little bit. It doesn't matter what the back of this looks like because it's going to be covered. I got this idea from Julie Stein. Okay. So now I'm going to glue this on. I'm going to use Fabri-Tac. And I'm going right to the edge because I do want to do a little bit of sewing. I did. It's funny. Okay. Just gonna come over here and do what I do. Sort of wish I had switched out my thread color to white, but it is what it is now. my idea here is, again, I want to make something for my pink Christmas journal. So this is a picture of women tobogganing, I guess. Yeah, tobogganing. Few more stitches. Okay, that was the hard part. So I went around the inside. Now I'm just going to go around the edge. Although I suppose if I had done white thread, it wouldn't show up as much. Sometimes our mistakes are happy accidents, serendipitous, shall we say. All right, enough of that. Okay, now to make a pocket, I'm just going to attach another index card to the back. After I tie this knot. But I'll put it with the line side out so that you can journal. But first, I would like a little circle punch. And I'm kind of weirdo about measuring. So I'm just taking a fraction of a circle out. Oh. I'm going to do a quick sew on this as well. I know not everybody sews, but I do really enjoy the final look. And I don't use this machine for anything but paper at this point. I used to be quite a quilter once upon a time, but I haven't quilted in many years now. So it's a shame that it's just sitting here, and I love sewing, so why not? I don't have any problems with the machine. If it acts up, I just rethread it, because usually it's just something wrong with the threading. That should be the first thing you always check. You know, sometimes things happen. Okay. So I just pull all 4 threads to the inside and tie it in a knot. If you like threads hanging, we'll leave them hanging. But if you don't, tie them up. So I can see by the clock that we have less than a minute to go. I think we can do it. So I'm just going to put glue on 3 sides. Whoops. Didn't mean to go crazy. And I want to make sure this is up the right way. And there we go. And it's 0. So we did it again, people. We managed to get 3 done in 30 minutes. I don't know why it didn't make a noise. I'm just going to put these clips on to make sure that the edges are completely sealed. And that's that. Feeling pretty good about this. There we go. So I do have some ideas about how I'm going to embellish this, but we'll wait till it's dry. Anyway, so let's just take a look at what we did. So we did this. Oh, we never got back to the first one. I don't even know where it is. Oh, there it is. We did not do this in 30 minutes. Anyway, I'm just going to gently peel off any paper. And you have to be careful because you don't want the card coming apart, which is a thing. Just leaving a little bit of paper on. If it's not glued on, it's not staying. Crack me up. I'm not gonna let it stress me out though. Gotta be an easier way to do this. Okay. That looks about right. Okay, let's give this another bit of ink. just to sort of catch the edges of the, I'm going to glue that down because I don't think I left as much paper as I would have liked to. There. Calm down. All right. Next up, I have 2 pieces of onion skin paper that I've already cut to size, if I can find the other one. Yeah. Here they are. Okay, so I'm just going to scrunch these up. Oh! Oh, I'm having the best time. And then I'm gonna put some more glue stick on here. There. And I want wrinkles in it, so that's why I'm okay with those wrinkles, and that's why I spruced it up. That's not why I put it in my tea, but okay. So again, I'm going to do a little bit of sewing. It just take me 2 shakes. Run around the perimeter here. I still can't believe that. Thinking I had done all 3. So funny. Okay. I don't know. Oh, here's the lid. I'll bring the threads to one side. Come on, you. There we go. This was the shortest weekend ever. I have to break some bad news to some clients tomorrow. Not looking forward to it. Okay. Just giving this a bit of ink, darken it up a bit, catch the wrinkles. wish it was a different brush. Just because I want it a little more defined. Okay, here's some aerobic exercise. And I have a fussy cut chosen, which I'll just ink up. And I chose a rose because I love roses. Okay, so now we have this journaling card done. You can write on onion skin very easily, so that's why I did it on both sides. I like how this turned out. I did make these ahead of time, so I'll show you the other one I made. So this is the other photo pocket that I did, and I just added some die cuts that I had, and I added a little sentiment there, a little quote from Emily Dickinson, some lace. And on this one, I sewed in a corner of a handkerchief. I did a little decoupage there, and here did a little collage on this label, some fabric, some stitches, and I pinned on a little bow there. So those are my 3 in, I don't know, what, 43 minutes? I'll keep this. That'd make a neat tag, wouldn't it? Or not a tag, but maybe a label. I'll keep that. Anyway, I'll carry on working on this one here, because I do have some other die cuts that I want to add to it that I think are going to make it look really, really cool. And in my next video, I will show you what I made. Alright, so take care, and I will see you again soon for J.